Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. AJ Lee was snubbed by a WWE champion at Crown Jewel. The Premium Live event from Perth, Australia featured a lot of high-octane action and had a lot of talking points after the show. During the post-show, WWE Women's World Champion Stephanie Vacher joined the panel to talk about her match at the event. La Primera defeated WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton to win the Crown Jewel Championship at the PLE. As she made her way to the panel, the Australian fans welcomed her with La Primera chants. After talking about her experience of wrestling down under, Vacher was asked who she would like to defend her title against next. She simply replied, "Everyone," but fans soon started chanting AJ Lee's name. The panel deemed it as interesting, but Vacher ignored the chants and had a different name in mind. Instead of AJ Lee, she picked Rhea Ripley as her desired next opponent. Vacher has been pushed strongly by WWE since her main roster call-up. She won the 20-woman Battle Royal at Evolution to become the No. 1 contender for the Women's World Championship and beat Io Sky at WrestlePalooza for the title. While the Geek Goddess could be a formidable next opponent, Vacher wanting to face Ripley isn't surprising. The Eradicator is one of the top stars of the women's division and will pose a massive challenge to Vacher. AJ Lee hasn't appeared on WWE TV since WrestlePalooza. The former Davis champion teamed up with her husband, CM Punk, to beat Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins in a mixed tag team match at the event. As the fans await her return, there is an update on when they could see her competing in the squared circle again. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Lee is listed to be a part of the Women's War Games match at Survivor Series. The report mentions that she will team up with Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and women's tag team champions Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss to take on Becky Lynch, Asuka, Kairi Sane, Nia Jax, and NXT upstart Lash legend. Shergill Malik is a writer at Sportskeeda and covers pro wrestling. He was hooked on the product from the moment he saw the Hardy Boys jumping off ladders during the Attitude Era. While he comes from an engineering background, Shergill's love for pro wrestling and content writing led him to pursue a career in sports journalism. Before assuming his current role at Sportskeeda, Shergill worked at other reputable organizations for 5 years. While writing articles, he ensures that he only relies on credible sources for information and covers relevant subjects that do not project an agenda against a particular person or association. WWE legend Paul Heyman once shared Shergill's work on his social media handle. Shergill's earliest memory of pro wrestling is watching Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker square off for the WWE title in the main event of a pay-per-view in 1998. His favorite wrestlers are Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy. While he admires Orton for his character work as a heel, he looks up to Jeff because of his unique wrestling style and risk-taking ability. If he could go back to the Attitude Era, Shergill would like to manage Ken Shamrock and be his mouthpiece. He feels Shamrock's promo skills prevented him from becoming a main event-level act in WWE. Hence, he would like to help the UFC Hall of Famer get over with fans. The post-show panel had been intended as a stage of affirmation. The new Women's World Champion, Stephanie Vacher, had just walked out, tripping with confidence, ready to speak on her historic victory. The microphone was handed to her. Cheers filled the building as she began to talk about her experience wrestling down under and how she wanted to continue pushing boundaries. At one point, the host asked, "Who would you like to defend the title against next?" That question sparked a wave of fan chants, "AJ, AJ, AJ," as the crowd tried to will their favorite back into the spotlight. Instead, Vacher paused, looked past the noise, and delivered a simple answer, Rhea Ripley. No mention of AJ, no hesitation. The fans' chants remained hanging in the air, unanswered. It was more than a name slip, it was a statement. Intentional or not, in a landscape where momentum is fragile and signals are loud, WWE is rarely impulsive. When a name is ignored at that level, it typically indicates a deliberate creative choice. It suggests that her return, which had promised potential, his being paced. Perhaps Vacker versus Ripley is the creative priority now, and AJ is being held in reserve for a later marquee confrontation. Some sources speculate that AJ's feud with the Man Becky Lynch is being saved for the bigger stage of Survivor Series rather than being deployed immediately at Crown Jewel. For longtime fans, AJ's return is a nostalgic signal. She's a symbol of the passionate, chaotic energy that once defined WWE's women's division. To feel overlooked so publicly during a moment of supposed recognition carries emotional weight, disappointment, frustration, even indignation. In storyline terms, this is potent fuel. A snub like this naturally sets the stage for conflict. It paints her as someone overlooked, someone denied validation, exactly the backdrop from which compelling comebacks are born. She can lean into the narrative of redemption. They didn't call my name, but I'll force them to. A snub elevates Ripley by implication. She is acknowledged, she is the future. She is the chosen one for now. It also puts pressure on Vacker's booking. Can she validate that choice by delivering strong defenses and memorable angles? If Vacker's reign begins by brushing off a returning icon, she must back it up with credibility or the backlash will be sharp. The night after Crown Jewel, on Raw or SmackDown, AJ should cut a passionate promo, acknowledging the fan reaction, expressing disappointment, and promising she won't be ignored. This gives agency to her character and shows the creative team is tuned in. Even if Ripley is officially next, tease a confrontation or physical encounter with AJ. A backstage ambush, a promo exchange, or a face-to-face stare-down plants seeds for a match later. Since Vacker called out Ripley, Ripley must be presented as a strong, credible challenger. But at the same time, AJ cannot languish. She must be allowed to showcase her skills, tag matches, segments, non-title bouts, to remain relevant. Lock in an AJ versus Vacker match at the next major event, perhaps Survivor Series, War Games, or Royal Rumble. Use the snub as a launching point, not a forgotten footnote. Rather than just a one-off, build a multi-week arc. Personal animosity, psychological warfare, promos that revisit the moment she was ignored. Let the snub echo through the feud. This moment also illuminates the tension between legacy and momentum in pro wrestling. When a returning star carries history, they're a double-edged asset. They bring attention, nostalgia, and instant legitimacy, but also risk overshadowing new talent or derailing fresh narratives. Ignoring a returning icon on live TV is a calculated move to temper that impact, to control the narrative and pace. Yet, snubs have power. They can catalyze deeper storytelling. When executed with purpose, they create emotional investment. The crowd sees the injustice, senses the opportunity for payback, and leans in. AJ's next move becomes the emotional payoff. In context, the snub isn't mere oversight. It's a message. It's a half smile in public, with a glare hidden behind the curtain. It says, you want to fight for recognition? Then earn it again. The champion may pretend the chants don't matter, but the echo lingers. And in wrestling, echoes matter.